Thanks for stopping by the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so.
What is going on, guys? Listen, I hope you can hear me okay because I recorded this earlier today and apparently something went wrong with the audio. Didn't realize it. So I was like, should I record this again? But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. So let's just go ahead and get into this, guys. I'm going to share my screen because I saw this story on the Sandra Rose blog. And I don't know how true this story is, but I wouldn't doubt it just based on Portia's history. So you can see right here, feds indict Porsha Williams' new boyfriend in $10 million PPP scam. Porsha Williams can't catch a break when it comes to her love life. Just weeks after her ex-husband was deported back to his home country, Portia's new boyfriend is facing legal trouble. Simon Gobadia is back home in Nigeria after spending months in an immigration center near Atlanta. The business mogul, 61, said he regrets marrying Porsha. Getting engaged in 30 days, who does that? I was out of my GD mind to have done that. Of course, I'm paying dearly for it, Simon said in an interview with Page 6 from his home in Nigeria. Now, I feel like him saying he's paying dearly for it is one, him being deported, and the ruling that came to be, but it has yet to be seen whether she's actually going to be getting those checks every month for that alimony and for the upkeep of the home, because he said he's appealing it. So I don't know how that works with an appeal. If he appeals, if there is a stay on the ruling, or if he has to move forward with things as it is judged, or will he just refuse to even pay anything because it's like, well, shoot, I'm not a resident or a citizen of this nation or this state of Georgia or the county of whatever county it was in. So what are they going to do? But anyway, he said he's paying dearly for it. But according to reports, Portia's new man, Jonathan Dupaton, is facing charges for allegedly stealing $10 million from the PPP program. And listen, I know sometimes when you hear media takeout, it's like, oh, they're not credible. But Sandra Rose is saying media takeout has confirmed that Jonathan is under federal indictment, accused of a PPP and unemployment fraud scam, and Porsha was allegedly creeping with Jonathan while she was still married to Simon. After she filed for divorce, she and Jonathan went Instagram official. They were seen out on dinner dates, wearing matching outfits and posing for photos together on Instagram. Porsha, 44, and Jonathan, 36, weren't exactly hiding. Insiders told Media Takeout that the two were definitely dating for several months. But now Jonathan is in big trouble with the feds. And according to a federal indictment, Jonathan is charged with receiving $10 million in fraudulent PPP loans and filing false unemployment claims. And he also allegedly had some fraud when it comes to Georgia's SNAP program, which is the food stamps program. He allegedly used stolen identities to steal over $395,000 in SNAP benefits. And he was sentenced to 3 years, 9 months in prison in order to pay $395,388.01. What's the 1 cent about? But anyway, guys, let me know if you think this is true. Like I said, I don't know. I'm reporting what has put out there, and it is possible because when it comes to Porsha, I don't believe that she was faithful to Simon. I don't. I really don't. Do I have any proof of that? I don't. But this article is saying that she wasn't. Okay. And two, we all know that she got with Simon for his money. And I don't know how Simon was working that thing down there, but Porsha, you've seen her, right? So she doesn't seem chaste or demure or calm or whatever when it comes to what's between her legs and between her butt cheeks. So I just am not sure that she was, faithful to this 61-year-old man. And although we know that there are pills and potions out there to help these older men get it up, it doesn't mean that they're taking that stuff or they even feel like doing that all of the time. So when it comes to Portia, I just am not shocked by any of this stuff if it is true. But I really want to know what you guys think. This is the alleged boyfriend. And we also know that Tasha K had reported that Portia was dating the president of Nigeria. Now, again, that has not been confirmed nor denied. I haven't seen any denials from her, but I've also seen other reports saying that she actually was not dating the Nigerian president, but the Nigerian president's son. Listen, I wouldn't be shocked if she was screwing both of them, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just talking about the perception of what that doesn't make it seem like a far stretch when it comes to some ninja that has funds to be able to fund her lifestyle. So, you guys let me know what you think because, again, that's what the people are talking about and the people are reporting. And speaking of what the people are talking about, let's get into Shamea because right now, as it stands, people are not here for Shamea coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a peach holder. And I will say that I actually am a bit disappointed because I feel like I'm in the same group of a lot of people that felt like when she came onto the show, she came on kind of strong, maybe a little bit too strong, but albeit I feel like somewhat authentic, talking about how she blew up her new man's bathroom and they've been together ever since. And now they've been married for 10 years, been together a little bit longer than that. And she clearly is living the lifestyle and the life that Portia has wanted. But I also feel that Portia and Shamea are kind of one and the same. It just kind of worked out for Shamea more so than it worked out for Portia. Now, Portia may feel like, oh, it's working out for me because I got what I wanted in this prenuptial agreement. But I'm still not saying Simon was a victim, but I do believe, yeah, he was targeted. He was just the dummy that fell for the big button smile. She's poison. All right. So unfortunately, he fell for the bait. He fell for the trap, hook, line, and sinker, or hook, line, and coochie, because she definitely targeted that man. And she got what she thought she wanted. But honestly, I don't feel like ultimately through it all, in the end, it's going to work out for her the way that she's hoping that it would, or maybe the way it has been ruled so far, because Simon said it ain't over. And so, with that being said, Shamea was at the Essence Festival. She was asked a few questions, and a lot of people were just like, girl, bye. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some of the things that she was talking about.
Fortunate that she did not come to the reunion because that would have been an opportunity to hash out a lot of the things that she said and she did. She's one to throw a rock and hide her hand. She definitely created and fabricated a lot of the drama that you saw that took place with me and Porsha and her talking about my child and her saying, after Grenada, I didn't go and meet up with my child. I went to Miami. That was untrue. After Grenada, we had a layover in Miami. Now, this is tea that no one knows. We had a layover in Miami. And if you go back to that date, I think it was August 7th or something like that. When we laid over, I had my mom and my kids fly in so that I could meet them in Miami. So I was with my children the entire weekend. Most of the time, if I'm out and about working, vacationing, my kids are somewhere near. So it's unfortunate that she would think that I would use my daughter's health and her medical fragility to get attention and clout chase. I wish it was that, because then I wouldn't have to stay at the hospital as much as I did. I wouldn't. Fortunate that she did.
Listen, guys, I know Britt was not a good fit for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've said that over and over again. But it doesn't mean that she is just an outright villain in every single thing. And unfortunately, she didn't show up to the reunion. She should have showed up. She should have came, because I don't feel that Britt was wrong in some of the things that she did. I'm not saying that she was right in every single action that she took or every single thing that she said. Absolutely not saying that. But I didn't like the approach that Shamia took with Britt when it came to the donations for Grenada. I didn't like how I feel like Kelly, who was supposed to be her best friend allegedly, just kind of was going along to get along for the sake of being on the side that she thought was more beneficial for her, which I felt at that time was Shamia. And then when Britt called Kelly and Shamia out on some things, it was just kind of like she was responding maybe either on the same level or maybe possibly a little bit lower, but I can't fault Britt for the way that she reacted with, Shamia and Kelly. I'm not talking about Kenya, so please let's not go back to that at this point in time. Kenya is no longer on the cast. She was not invited to the reunion. Britt didn't show up to the reunion. We ain't even talking about Kenya at this point and Britt. This is about Shamia and Britt. And a lot of people are like, Shamia can just stay off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta at this point. Some of the people are just like, girl, bye. This person says, Shamia, please go away. One of the worst additions in casting history. Lap dog. Let's all remember to this day, Porsha has never talked about Shamia. It's all this girl starting it. Hmm. The way I thought she was the best casting, it turned out to be a me girl. And the worst casting, no accountability. We know you showed a text. I could tell by Portia's reaction. Liar emojis. Shamia lacks accountability and really does dislike Porsha. The way Portia reacted after Britt told her you shared the messages definitely gave you shared those messages. Can't blame Britt for your attentions. And I think this person meant intentions with your bestie. Shamia miscalculated the power of Portia. I think she tried to lean in on the bad friend narrative in hopes that she would come out as the fan sweetheart, and it backfired. We saw her for real. And she misjudged that people either love P for real or love to hate her, but either way, she holds her own. Same with Kenya. And this person said, who the F flies their kids in for a layover in Miami? Girl, you are lying for sure. So she wants us to believe that she flew an immune compromised baby to Miami because she had a layover? Get the F out of here. She flew them out because she had a guilty conscience. Shamia should just stop talking about this. Somebody else said, is anyone else tired of Shamia as I am? It's giving she's never had camera time. And that obviously is a play on her song, Never Had. And actually, let me see if I can pull up that video because I watched it a little bit. And obviously, Shamia can sing. Obviously, the woman can sing. But I saw some of the video clips and I was like, I don't know about this one. You know what, y'all? No, never mind. But I am. I'm not going to say that she needs to be gone. Because to be quite honest with you guys, I don't even know how I feel about the Real Housewives full season and them coming back for a 17th season at this point anyway. So I'm not going to sit and say, Shamia, she can be completely gone. She can be done because I don't feel like Portia deserves a return either. I feel like honestly, they have more in common and more similarities than a lot of people may want to admit. And maybe even they don't want to admit or they don't even realize that they do have in common. But with the with the way a lot of people are just like, just get Shamia out of here. I feel like a lot of people felt like she came on too strong. I really don't like her interactions with Drew. To me, just every scene where I saw her talking about something with regards to music or shading Drew's music was giving jealousy. And some people may feel like because she has the wealth and all of that type of stuff that there's no way that she could be jealous of Drew. But let me tell you something, guys, that is a real thing. Material possessions really don't mean anything when it comes to when someone sees someone's true potential and the spirit that they have. And I know a lot of people love to say a lot of things about Drew, but let me tell you something. Drew definitely has talent. She has a voice. Her music, she's showing herself strong with that, with her new project. And you cannot take that away from her. And the girl has been working since she was a child, and she still is. Is she an A-list actress, or is she a Grammy award winning musician? No, but the woman is working and she's doing her thing, and she's got the talent. And obviously, it's something that she has more in those areas than Shamea has. So when it comes to the money, that doesn't really mean anything, because I feel like Shamea is jealous of Drew's, not just her potential, but what she has already been able to achieve and be able to be recognized for the, simple fact that those acting skills and the music that she has done, that's, not even thus far, but before she even did her most recent project, is what helped her to get noticed and recognized and get the opportunity to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's another thing that even though Shamea says that they had been asking her for years, but her husband didn't want her to do it, she didn't do it. So this is something that Drew was able to do before her as well, be a peach holder. Drew has been a peach holder for what, 2 years before Shamea came on? So yeah, I do believe that there's some jealousy there. And it did make me feel uncomfortable. I didn't like it. And it's just not a good look. Shamea obviously is a beautiful woman. She obviously has talent, and she obviously has a relationship that some people aspire to, even her so-called best friend, Porsha. But it doesn't mean that she does not have the potential for jealousy or envy, period. So, with all that being said, I really want to know what you guys think. Hopefully, you can hear all of this. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So, until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.